Hello there. Thank you for tuning in. Just wanted to explain something that you're watching this, which is my video blog, but I've noticed that many of you, particularly overseas, are just finding the video somewhere and perhaps wondering what it's all about. So my name is Dean Letfus. I live in New Zealand, run a company called Massive Action. You can go to my website, www.massiveaction.co.nz. massiveaction.co.nz, or my blog site is www.massiveaction.tv. And if you're watching this on YouTube, I can only hook videos up for 10 minutes, so when you watch the actual blog coming up in a second, it may cut off early. If it does, please go to www.massiveaction.tv and you can get the rest of it there. See you soon. Bye. G'day. How's it going? I'm going to cut off the top of my head, I'm afraid, but I want to make sure that you can see. I'll sit down for a minute and just introduce what I'm going to do. That's simple, isn't it? I don't know if you've had this experience, but sometimes you'll hear something, or you'll go to a course or whatever, and you get some new education, and or just something that you hear, and you think, wow, that that makes sense, and B, it really fits in with what I already believe. Or it doesn't contradict it, and it just kind of lines up some things for you. And I've recently been listening to some video stuff from a black American guy called Stephen Pearce, and he's a kind of a mindset type guru, heavily involved in internet marketing in the US, but he does quite a bit of stuff on Headspace, if you like, which is something that's of considerable interest to me. Most of you have never heard me teach much on that. I have some material on it that I didn't get to at the last trading day that I'll make sure I do on this one. But as I've been watching these videos, there's just you're going to be a kind of my guinea pig slightly. I just want to share with you some stuff and we'll work it out together. But it's very, very relevant in that he was, one of the things that Stephen was saying was, he said he gets so frustrated when he works with people to see people who have a good idea or have the information that they need to get a good result or to change their situation, and they never do anything with it. And he said it just frustrates them. And I've said that over and over again. Those of you who read my blogs for any period of time know that I've often said that with mentoring, is that how do you get people to actually get a good result? So just want to share some stuff with you that I think will really help. We'll do kind of a part one tonight, and I'll maybe do this as a bit of a series over the next few days. So what I want to talk about is this. You just have to excuse the fact that you can't really see me. It's the whiteboard. I want you to be able to see, that's all. So we all have this situation, don't we, where we have a vision of what we want to achieve or what we want to get done, and that's the first thing, and then the end result of that is going to be the results, right? And we're all somewhere between here and here, right? There's a very few people get there, lots of people start off here, but how do we get from one to the other? Now, to get from a vision or an idea to get results, we need to know basically three things. We need to know how to get there. We need to know what to do. And we need to know why to do it. Make sense? So if we look at those three things, the knowledge is what to do. I'll use a different colour. So we need knowledge. I hope you can see this on the video. My apologies if you can't. But we need knowledge. We need to know what to do. Now, we also need to know how to get those results, and so that takes skills, which is slightly different to knowledge. They're not the same thing. But why to do it, the other thing we need is desire, or I tend to use the word passion. Right, so those are the three things that are required to get from vision to results. We need some knowledge, we need some skills, and we need a desire or a passion to make those happen. Now, what do we do? What do we all do? We tend to focus on the knowledge, right? We tend to go and do courses. We go and do the courses. We get books. We get on the internet. Right? That's the most major focus that most of us do. We're trying to get more knowledge. And then we also, in some cases, will go and develop skills, which are typically going to come through mentoring and structured education. Okay? And the world is full of people, and I meet them every day, who have a reasonable amount of this and this. They have excellent knowledge. Lots of people with heaps of knowledge. They have reasonable skills. They're not getting the results. And why is that? Is because their why. We sometimes talk about what is your why, but there's an absence of desire or passion. And how much time, energy, and money have you spent on developing your desire and your passion to get you from your vision to your results? Hello? The silence is deafening. Now, what happens? Why am I telling you this? What if you increase your knowledge, if you have increased knowledge, so you know, for example, let's say, if I don't do something about my financial position, I am going to be poor when I retire, and I'm not going to be able to leave the inheritance that I want for my children or my partner or whatever. So we have increased knowledge. But that's all that we've got. What's the end result of that? First of all, there's generally two, yeah? Number one is we feel guilty. And number two, we feel powerless. If we just have increased knowledge, don't we? Because we now know that our situation is not good, and without any skills, we don't know how to change the result. So both of those are negative, right? They're not useful for us at all. So if we go from that, if we add to our increased knowledge some skills, that is better than what we had before. But what tends to happen here is that we start developing a mindset of I have to do this. Now, how motivating is it to have to do something that we don't want to do necessarily, but we have to. If I don't do something about my financial situation, I'm going to end up broke. Therefore, I have to do this. It is like an external force that is pushing us towards something that we're always going to resist, because that's naturally what we're going to do. All of the knowledge in the world and the skills may get us closer to our results, but absolutely no guarantee. And our whole motivation is often, I'm going to have to do this. Yeah, I may hate doing it, but I have to do this.